Yo, what's good, everybody? This is your boy. You already know. It is me. It's Hitman. It's Hitman, baby. It's KLH. We hang strong out here. So, this is the wrap up week 2 of fantasy football. You know what I'm saying? Fantasy football week 2. We're here to wrap it up and get these. See how these fantasy games went. So, last week 1, I won 3 out of 4 games. And also this week, in week 2, I won 3 out of 4 games. So we're going to start here with the Ultimate Real League. We're going to call it the URL League, where we get the dub 169 to 123. Let's look at the matchup, or let's look at the team, and then the matchup. So we battled against Patrick Mahomes, Eckler, Pollard, A.J. Brown, Jerry Jeudy, Kelsey, Robbie Anderson, and a couple of defensive players against the San Francisco defense. So Tyreek Hill, the Dolphins went stupid in the fourth quarter, bruh. I got to get some more investment in either Jalen Waddle or Tyreek Hill, because them boys looking good over there. Tua looking good over there. You know what I'm saying? Getting the ball out. There's a couple of passes where Tua had Tyreek Hill downfield. They looked like they fluttered, and Tyreek Hill had to wait on the ball. Good thing that he had at least a good 4 steps on the DB, or that could have been like a pick. So Tua's arm strength, from a degree, isn't out there, like how we trying to perceive it. But he is doing a hell of a job getting that ball downfield. At the end of the day, whatever strength he got, he doing a great job getting that ball and getting these guys in positions to score. And this team is really deadly, bro. It's like they can beat you on short routes, medium routes, and deep routes. Both of them. One can go short and one can go deep, and Tua can have the luxury of hitting the deep route if he sees him open real quick, like he did with Tyreek Hill a couple of times. Or then if he could check, we call it a check down if you want. Check it down to Waddle and let Waddle get in space and make a couple guys miss. But they defeated the Ravens, which was a really good team. The Ravens defense hasn't been that great in the years since their Super Bowl. So, I mean, they've been okay, but not, it's not been heavily dependent on the defense as it was before. But you see Herbert had 41. Najee Harris, first game from the injury. I mean, he gave me 10 points. We're just missing a couple touchdowns, Cordell Patterson, 41. The Falcons lost again. We were getting throttled. And I guess we rallied some type of comeback to lose by 4. I mean, I don't even say rally. We rallied because there was no comeback, but we rallied. Lost by 4. Christian Kirk, man, he's looking really good. He's giving a lot of people some good investments, being where he got drafted. And because I'm not thinking about that. Like, I always thought coming into the season they overpaid for him. The receiver market is too high from free agency. And still it is. But he's filling the role really good. I don't know what happened to Indianapolis for them to get shut out 24-0. What's going on with the AFC South? Because that is, like I said last week, no one wants to win this division. Because what is going on? Kyle Pitts, 2 games. I don't know what's going on with Kyle Pitts. I don't know if he needs to be used more as a receiver. Because a lot of the times, I don't know. I got to do my research on this. But I know one thing about mobile quarterbacks. They don't generally check down because they can run from the check down. You know what I'm saying? Like, throwing 2 yards from the line of scrimmage is not really ideal to them, because they can actually run and get that many. You know what I'm saying? Like, they can run. And I don't know if the tight end is really their best friend. Like a pocket passing quarterback. tight end is their best friend, and check downs or there's their love of their lives. But they kind of can go through their progression because they don't really have happy feet. So I will say Pitts is route running. Maybe they're not as crisp as they need to be. It's like the quarterback's drop has to be in tune with the route that Pitts is running. So if Mariota has a really quick 3-step, 5-step drop, and because by the time the quarterback hits that last plant foot to throw the ball, he needs to let that ball go. And if the route is too long for Kyle Pitts and the footwork of the quarterback isn't there, he can't throw on the ball. You know what I'm saying? So timing and rhythm are really big things when it comes to receiver to quarterback play. Like on that last step, they got to be having their head turned around, getting ready to catch that ball, and still not having their head back, looking forward downfield. So there's something going on with the timing because Pitts is not really being utilized a lot, or he just needs to be at receiver. But, I mean, you can't just put him at receiver because that's he's going to get the ball. Clyde at CEH had 11. That was pretty good. He broke for 50-some yards. He really has a fumbling problem. As you can see on that long 52-yard run, he kept running with his hands over the ball, even though, come on, bro, you should know the waves of defense. You have the first line, the middle line, and the last line. When you penetrate that last line, you got to run. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he would have scored, but, it would have looked a lot better. Baltimore defense gave me 2 points. So who do we missed this week? We missed Pittman. He was hurt. We sat Dillon, which kind of looks like it turned out to be a good. Well, Dillon had more points than Patterson. Let me see what else. Oh, we had Pittman hurt. So, but anyways, we got the dub, 169-123, and let's just move on through the rest of the week. See how these guys, fared out. Damn, 93. Ooh, that's nasty. Jamar Chase didn't show up. Mooney is. I don't know what's going on with Mooney. Mooney is. I don't know what's going on over there in Chicago, but that's almost a cuttable offense. Mooney doesn't even get the ball thrown to him as much. Let me see. But 93 is the season low so far in this league. 103, 190. Goldie Ken team. I think he had a low last week, and he a lot of times though too, low and high happens like that. But I think he made some trades because he got Nick Chubb. Because I think he had Derrick Henry. Yeah, he had Derrick Henry, Mark Andrews, and he traded him for he got Nick Chubb and Mark Andrews. He traded Derrick Henry and T.J. Hawkinson. Unique kind of trade to trade tight ends like that. I don't know, because honestly, the way that Derrick Henry's playing right now, and the way Nick Chubb looks like he should have been the third top. You know what I'm saying? Like top. And I also know Nick Chubb is a very, 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 very safe running back, and he will get you great production for the first 6 weeks. But as far as the whole season, I seriously don't. I don't know. He doesn't really finish well whole seasons and stuff like that. But early, yeah, so let's see. Mark Andrews had a big day. Drake London had a big day. 151 to 133. 137 to 145. So, hey, we got the dub on that. And, yeah, that should be it with that. Now let's go to the other leagues that we are in. Here, we lost 138.5 to 128. Let's check the matchup here. Jalen Hurts round off the 52 burger on us, man. And really, he's the one that got the dub for him. Because we were winning until that explosion. But Cooper Kupp still doing Cooper Kupp things. This league here, man, we had some injuries in this league. So as you can see, we had Michael Pittman again. We lost Michael Pittman, and then we also lost Keenan Allen. So it stretched us as far as being able to play other guys. DJ Moore tried to give an assist. He gave us 10 points, which is not really good for him being a leading number one receiver. I don't like the 10 points at all. But we just gotta he just gotta really figure that out of what's going on. But Derrick Henry got throttled against the Buffalo Bills, and I think he was took out in the third quarter. I don't know. But Kyler Murray put up 38. Derrick Henry, you know. So this team is not my. I don't think I like this team, but I'm not sure if I'm sold on this team. So we just got to figure out, you know, the Tennessee Titans got to work in Derrick Henry more, because I think he only had 12 carries. He had 13 carries, and he had 21 the week before. So he should have had more. He should have had way more carries than that. He didn't even draw a target this week. Doesn't matter if they're getting their ass whooped. He could have played all the way into the fourth quarter. But they did lose Tyler Lewan again at left tackle. So these guys got to toughen up. But, you know, we don't have no depth in this league here. We really don't have no depth. I don't think I got the lowest score this week, but we'll go through them and see. All right, 120. Okay, no, I didn't. 121 is the lowest so far. 109 is the lowest. I'm sure 109 has got to be the lowest. And Kyler Murray is my quarterback. So I might because he made a trade for Derrick Henry and got Nick Chubb and the tight end Mark Andrews. I might look. I like Derrick Henry, but Derrick Henry is kind of gonna be he's gonna start off slow pretty much. But we'll see. We'll see. Because if it was time to trade, it would have been this week. But he's still you know he's hovering around 8. He just needs to get 100 yards, and he's gonna get his touchdown if they can move the ball. But I'm really not liking the offensive weapons for the Tennessee Titans. And I knew this going in drafting Henry. It's almost the same thing with Najee Harris. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't necessarily like I like the weapons with Pittsburgh, but I just don't like the quarterback. They need to go with the quarterback that's going to help them win the games so they can not be one-dimensional, you know? And so the same thing with the Tennessee Titans. Like, you got Najee Harris. You love the upside as far as the catching the ball out of the backfield. You know, so Najee Harris is great for that. But as far as the Tennessee Titans, you don't really get that out of Derrick Henry. You know what I'm saying? So that's gonna hurt you when they're in leads, and they're losing, and they can't throw the ball. Their leading receiver is Robert Woods, who came off, you know, injury, and they got a rookie, and they really don't have Austin Hooper. They really don't got nothing that I would say that is worthy besides Derrick Henry. And so, you know, they're going to stack the box and really force them to force them one-dimensionally. And he doesn't have receivers right now. So I kind of feel like maybe later on in the season, Derrick Henry might pick up, maybe after week 8. But that'd be a little bit too late to try to figure out. So if you're going to get any investment out of Derrick Henry, you probably want to do it now. I would say do it now and try to get a 2-for-1 or something like that. Like, I don't know, a type of trade that I would be willing to look into. I kind of want to try to go get Austin Eckler. Maybe get Christian McCaffrey, because if I could do a 1-for-1 Christian McCaffrey, they probably won't do that because they kind of know Christian McCaffrey is like a receiving threat and a running threat, so it would kind of handicap them. But Austin Eckler, maybe. Austin Eckler doesn't sound so too bad, and then maybe something else. So we probably have to look through to see what is there. So this guy has Dalvin Cook and Saquon Barkley. I doubt he let go of Saquon. If he does, Saquon Barkley and Terry McLaurin for And see that, so I got to be careful because, like I said, I got DJ Moore, I have Pittman, and I have Keenan Allen. So to me, Derrick Henry is fine, but I gotta have Keenan Allen and I gotta have Michael Pittman in these games. Like, I can't play with Derrick Henry with these receivers, like with George Pickens. Like, look, George Pickens, really? And I got London. So, as far as receiving wise, I'm looking really good. So, if I was to send Derrick Henry in a package, I'm really giving up a lot for him because Michael Pittman is really good. And so is Keenan Allen. And London is giving me kind of the investment that Christian Kirk is giving me. So, I mean, I can go Derrick Henry in London and try to get something. But I have to hit on this running back when I do. And I don't know, we just have to take a look at it and see the teams that are because I don't want Najee. I don't want Montgomery. I don't want Penny. I don't want Fournette. What else? Don't want Jeff Wilson. Steve. Don't want none of those guys. I don't want Gibson, Drake, or Melvin Gordon, Josh Jacobs, Robinson. I'm sort of really kind of leaning towards Eckler. And I don't know why. He was drafted 7th. And I think he was drafted number 7. How did he do? He had 14 carries, and then he had 9 catches. So that's going to be really hard to try to snatch Austin Eckler. He really doesn't have an appealing team. Amari Cooper went for 9 for 101, which is really good. Austin Eckler, I don't have a trade right now for Derrick Henry. I'm limited on what I really want. Because I gotta have a viable, strong number 1 receiver. Period. I mean, running back. Period. Let me see. There's Nick Chubb, Cordell Patterson, Waddle. There's Joe Mixon. I kind of like Joe. I kind of like Miles. Maybe something like Joe Mixon and Miles Sanders for Derrick Henry, which would be really hard to pull off. It depends on who he has. He has Cam Akers. I don't mind having Joe Mixon and Miles Sanders as my 1-2 running back. Let's see. I don't want Mooney, Brandon Ayuk, Robert Woods, Gainwell, Everett, Tanya Burkhead, and Boyd. So let's say I send him a trade like Derrick Henry, and I'll go Joe Mixon, Miles Sanders, and because he has Cam Akers. I can keep Hunt. Hunt could be a flex. Derrick Henry. Because Miles Sanders, the jury's still out on Miles Sanders. You really don't. I mean, Miles Sanders can really give you lackadaisical production. I really don't. Miles Sanders just doesn't get any red zone. You know, it's all Jalen Hurts. So, but we got to see though, because if you know, what I'm saying, like losing my. Now let's say, what if I was to do DJ Moore and Derrick Henry for Miles Sanders, and Joe Mixon, and that leaves me with Drake London. It leaves me Drake London, Keenan Allen, and Michael Pittman. And I don't know the severity of these injuries for Michael Pittman and Drake London, so that kind of sucks. But we lost this game here, and let's move on to the next one shortly. So here in the Savage League here, we got the dub 259 to 245. And this is the big league where it has the IDP people and everything else. So we got the dub by what? 14 points. So with Christian McCaffrey, Cordell Patterson, Devontae Adams, Mike Evans, who's suspended, so we gotta fix that. Hopefully they appeal it and, you know, get him back in there. See if I can get, I might be able to do something like, because let's say I keep Derrick Henry, right? Oh no, I don't know if Miles Sanders had 3 catches for 6 yards. That's 3 total of 20 touches. Well, yeah, because we got to be careful because this league here, we can't really mix this league with the ESPN league because there's so many positions here. We have a receiver, we have 2 flexes, 3 receivers, and 2. Well, no, hold on. This league here has 2 running backs, 2 receivers, and 2 flexes, 1 tight end. So this is actually a lot different from the other league. I just now noticed that. That's why I have so much depth back here on the backside here with Jones, Pickens, McLaurin, Hardman, DJ Chark, Brandon Cooks, and Allen Robinson. So we really have 4 spots to play all those guys. So we'll see next week in week 3. But as far as running backs here, I'm liking Christian McCaffrey. Cordell Patterson will probably be the flex guy, and Miles Sanders is going to elevate up to because Miles Sanders is done good the first 2 weeks. And we're going to need that. Okay, there's a 10-team, I think this is PPR leagues as well. So we got the dub here, 171 to 104. We got Cooks, Chubb, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Curtis Samuel. Picked up Curtis Samuel because somebody got hurt. Keenan Allen got hurt, and so I picked up Curtis Samuel. Trey Lance is out. Pittman was hurt as well. Julio Jones. I was like all my receivers were hurt, and I wasn't playing Kadarius Toney. I might cut him. So as you can see here, like I got guys that are out in this league, but we still end up getting the dub because we have the depth at receiver spot. Well, not really, because we were almost down to Kadarius Toney if I didn't see. Sorry about that. Yeah, we were down to picking up Curtis Samuel at the end of the day, and it turned out really well. So that turned out pretty well with Curtis Samuel, the pickup with Curtis Samuel, and he gave us 22.9. Helped us get the dub. We didn't need him anyway. We could have took a couple zeros there, but hey, we got all the points that we need, and we won. So this wraps up the week 2 of fantasy football brought to you by KLH Haynes Strong. Hitman, baby. And, you know, for this week, like I said, we got 3 wins and 1 loss. Same as the week before. So right now in the season, we are sitting at 6-2. Next week, we got to try to figure out who's going to be questionable and who's trending in the right direction as far as like getting healthy. Because when my guys are healthy, the team looks really, really good. Even the league that I'm not so likely in, which is this one here. But we get everybody healthy, we should be good. But looking at this team, though, I kind of think the running back 2 position might be the. I don't want to say a weak spot, but I do need to elevate that. And maybe if I can. I don't. Kareem Hunt actually is not bad. Kareem Hunt is actually not bad. But he's, I'd rather have a Miles Sanders because he's a starter. You know what I'm saying? So like I was saying, my running back 2 position is kind of shaky because that running back 2 needs to be, like, to me, needs to be a guy that can be a low end starter. What I mean by that low end is he's a starter, but he's low end. So somebody like Antonio Gibson, Miles Sanders, because at least he still gets the production or productivity, but it's just gonna like be ugly. And Miles Sanders looks really good. So for me to pull off a trade for Hunt or to get Miles Sanders to plug him into that spot, because I'd rather keep Hunt. I literally rather keep Hunt so Hunt can go to the flex, because that's kind of what you want. And if I had Miles Sanders with Keenan Allen and Pittman, and then I can go Hunt down there where London is, which would be good. I probably can send somebody like DJ Moore for him. So we'll see how it turns out, see how it goes. I'll kind of figure out what I want to do and get ready for week 3 fantasy football and NFL and stuff like that. But around the league, as far as the NFL, a lot of injuries took place this week. And that's why you got to have depth no matter how many leagues you're in or how many people you got in your league or how many, if it's 12 team, 10 team, whatever. But you got to have depth to be able to not be scouring the waiver wire trying to pick up some guys and stuff like that. But as far as the NFL, like, I think the NFL is more entertaining when you have teams like the Jags winning, when you have what else? When you have especially the Jags winning and then winning 24-0, like, where the hell did that come from? You know what I'm saying? And Detroit Lions, they won too. So that's crazy, but it doesn't seem like the usual teams are always winning when you have upsets like that. And but they're all professionals at the end of the day. But shit, this will conclude this here. And I will catch you guys on either Monday night at the end of the Monday night game or Tuesday for week 3 recap and how we did. So if any breaking news as far as a trade, I definitely would jump back on and go through that process with you guys and see what was done. It might be a short, but I'll catch up with you guys. Talk to y'all later. Y'all be safe out there.